Let's talk a little Kevin Smith. Now, if you remember, not that long ago, he was promoting Clerks 3, starting a little stuff in the community to try to sell tickets to his showing. Well, it didn't pay off very well. In fact, this movie is a colossal failure. If I've looked at everything right, I could be wrong on this, but I read that the budget for this movie was about $7 million. And it has made nowhere near $7 million. Unless I'm looking at the wrong stuff, I'm at Box Office Pro, $1.54 million. Had an opening weekend of $1.1 million. For some reason, he was going around doing like a road show with this, going to like colleges and playing it. I don't know why you just didn't do a big release, but people must not have had much faith in this movie. Jane Silent Bob reboot, also a failure, $2.92 million. Tusk, $1.29 million. Not very good. Not very good, Mr. Smith. It seems your time as a director might be running out. This is my favorite review of the film from The Hollywood Reporter, where they basically tell the man that he's done directing. It's one of the harshest paragraphs I think I've ever read for somebody in the media. This is the famous paragraph. I'll read it again. Nostalgia gives way to contrived relationship drama when Dante gets irked at his diminished role in the opus Randall is making. This is the point at which those of us who hold some fond feelings for Smith as a person may be tempted to ignore iffy acting, writing, and direction in the name of obvious sincerity and personal closure. On the other hand, any man who still gets to make movies after directing Yoga Hosers is already living on borrowed time. Heart attacks be damned. And anyone who keeps going to see them really has no grounds to complain about how drab and uninspired they are.
What a story, Mark.
That's pretty brutal, isn't it? That's a brutal paragraph. They're basically saying we don't care, because he made this movie because he had a heart attack. And because of that, he changed his person. I don't think for the better. He's really become a sellout clown over the past couple of years, particularly when he started his BS with Masters of the Universe. He got really exposed with that. And the sideshow he became when he decided that he was going to throw Clownfish TV under the bus, who he still owes an apology to, by the way. He made life hell for them for a while because he was trying to call them liars, which, of course, the media jumped on, trying to discredit them, saying, oh, YouTubers are full of shit. And they turned out to be 100% right. Of course, nobody ever went back and acknowledged that or called him out. Fine, because he's a massive shill and a community prop for Hollywood, basically. They inject him into everything nerdy. Everything nerdy. He's like there asking questions, wishing that he was the director of those properties because he's an irrelevant director. He fell off a long time ago. So I don't know. Like I said, the numbers too as well for this could be wrong. Maybe this only cost $500,000 to make and it did make money. I'm not sure. But either way, like this is kind of a joke. Box office. Pretty bad, Kevin Smith. Pretty bad. But that's not what this video is about. The video that I really want to make here is this one. Talking about Kevin Smith reveals the thing that scares him more than dying. What is that? It's irrelevancy. When asked what he is afraid of, Smith told Total Film, irrelevancy, I guess. I used to be afraid of death. Then I almost died and realized death wasn't that scary. It's just like graduating high school. You have to move on at some point, says the guy who made Clerks 3. That's true. You do have to kind of make peace with it. It's going to happen to all of us. But that's not what he's afraid of. He's afraid of irrelevancy. People not caring about his stuff anymore, which is already kind of happening. I want to show you the comments that, because I found this on Twitter because it got posted. Naturally, it got sent to me, and I was looking at the comments, and people just don't care for him. Him and Patton Oswalt Another clown just like him that's afraid of irrelevancy. He's a little bit more irrelevant. He's more irrelevant than Kevin Smith, though. But they keep injecting him into shit. He was at a Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power panel, and it got ratioed to hell, by the way. And I don't know why. I can't stand Patton Oswalt either. But it got ratioed. I'm guessing he told fans to F off or something. That sounds like Patton. Patton's a shill. Like, he'll say whatever his corporate Hollywood masters tell him to say, just like Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith also bows to corporate Hollywood masters now, more than ever, because he's desperate to stay a part of the conversation. And he lets you know that right here, where he says, I'm afraid of being irrelevant. You are irrelevant. You're basically a game show host now, Kevin Smith. You usually just answer people's questions in the crowd. Like, if you do a panel with some other people on there. That's all you are now. Like, maybe you'll get to introduce a Marvel panel. Ooh, that's cool. That's irrelevant, my friend. You are relevant. And now, like, he's got his little Masters of the Universe show. I'm shocked they gave that a season 2, by the way. Shocked they gave that a season 2, because it fell off of the Netflix ratings real quick. I would imagine the next season is going to fall off real quick, too, because it's not He-Man in the Masters Universe anymore, is it? It's the Sorceress and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. The Sorceress is the top dog now. Teela is the top dog now. The fear of irrelevancy is something that I'll keep that'll keep an MFer working. The fear of irrelevancy is something that'll keep a MFer working, he continued. I don't want to be out of the conversation until I'm done with the conversation. And I don't think I'll ever be done with the conversation. I obviously like the sound of my own voice. Oh, that's true. That's true. You think your shit don't stink, but it does, like most of your movies now. You haven't made a good movie in a long time. I used to be a fan of you. Used to like your shit until you became a corporate clown, a stooge. You basically sold out and became what you hate. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to go and read the actual whole interview. We don't need to. This were the best parts of it. And, it's not just me that thinks this way about him. Because if you go and you look at the Twitter, where I found this, the Twitter post, it's full of people talking trash like this. And it ain't just people that follow me either. This person does not follow me. I don't want to turn this into a whole thing at that Kevin Smith, but you made Clerks and about 39 versions of the same thing. Outside of the comic world, you're not even a sentence in the conversation. So, welcome to the middle with the rest of us. Lord Brian Urso, he isn't a nerd icon, just like that other tosser, Will Wheaton, is an ambassador of tabletop gaming. They are rich, elite pricks, and Smith hasn't been relevant in effing years. This person says, Billy Batson whiz, tough shit then, because he became irrelevant 20 effing years ago. I don't even listen to him anymore. He's a sellout. This person follows me, but not everybody does. This person doesn't. With how he's acting now, he's most certainly going to make himself irrelevant. This person says, F him, F that shill. I want to praise you for your self-awareness. Nobody cares. And that's it. Look at this. Didn't even get a lot of interaction. This video probably won't even get a lot of views, but that's okay. I think Kevin Smith is kind of a jerk. He's treated influencers on social media that don't agree with him pretty poorly. The way he treated Clownfish TV was very, very inappropriate. And he's just kind of been a huge sellout over the years. And he's destroyed his brand. His brand was like, hey, I'm one of you, but I'm, here making movies too. Like, he's trying to be like one of the geeks. And he threw that all away so that he could be a corporate stooge. And it's damaged his brand, and I don't think it will ever recover. I don't think it'll ever recover because he's never going to humble himself and ask for forgiveness for being an ass. Won't happen. So I see him becoming irrelevant. He's already kind of irrelevant, like the people in the comments are saying. So enjoy that little bit of success you had, because that's gone, man. And until you make good with fans, I don't think it's going to come back either. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.